am all the way from Buffalo upon the good boat Danger. A long, long trip we've had, my boys, I feel just like a stranger. Petty fogs, artful storms, forget them I never shall. I am every inch a Cellar Boys on the Erie Canal. Hi, my name's Tom Staudle.
And I'm Cosby Gibson.
And welcome to part 2 of the Arkell Museum's presentation on the historical songs of the Erie Canal. And in this part, we'll concentrate on how the songs originated. The songs of the Erie Canal originated during the construction period while the laborers were working to keep their mind off of things or just to entertain themselves when they were done working. They would sing songs from home, they would create new songs, or they would incorporate songs that they heard in the taverns, in the bars, in the villages along the canal.
The villages worked hard to attract the canalers and the passengers. They would offer special food, live music, special offers, special sales. In fact, later on, they would even build music halls and theaters.
An increasing number of theaters and music halls resulted in a performance circuit for musical troupes and minstrel shows. The popular topic of the day was Southern plantation life and the ups and downs of the national economy.
The songs of the Erie Canal had certain characteristics. For example, some of the lyrics were adapted from known songs to fit the canal. A song with the title Dark-Eyed Sailor might turn into Dark-Eyed Canaler, and the same was done with known melodies.
The verses were very interchangeable, and some of the songs of the Erie Canal had many, many verses. As in part 1, we heard Raging Canal, which had 23 verses originally, and Low Bridge Everybody Down had 21 verses originally.
The canalers would create lyrics according to their present situation or their geography or their environment, and sometimes would use words simply because they rhyme with canal, like a mule named Sal. Many of the same characters appear across the songs, such as Sal the Mule, the red-haired cook, and the cowardly captain. Also, they often speak of liquor and having to wait to the next city to obtain it. This next song, called On the Erie Canal, is a great example of those aspects.
We were 40 miles from Albany, forget it I never shall. What a terrible storm we had one night on the Erie Canal. Oh, the Erie was a-rising, and the gin was a-getting low. And I scarcely think that we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo, till we get to Buffalo. We were loaded down with barley, we were chock full up on rye, and the captain, he looked down on me with his gosh darn wicked eye. Oh, the Erie was a-rising, and the gin was a-getting low. And I scarcely think that we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo, till we get to Buffalo. Our captain, he came on the deck with a spyglass in his hand, and the fog, it was so tarnal thick that he could not spy the land. Oh, the Erie was a-rising, and the gin was a-getting low. And I scarcely think that we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo, till we get to Buffalo. The cook, she was a grand old gal, she wore a ragged dress. We hoisted her upon a pole as a signal of distress. Oh, the Erie was a-rising, and the gin was a-getting low. And I scarcely think that we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo, till we get to Buffalo. The wind began to whistle and the waves began to roll, and we had to reef our royals on that raging canal. Oh, the Erie was a-rising and the gin was a-getting low.
And I scarcely think that we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo, till we get to Buffalo.
Well, when we got to Syracuse, our off mule he was dead. The nigh mule got blind staggered, so we cracked him on the head.
Well, the Erie was a-rising, and the gin was a-getting low. And I scarcely think that we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo, till we get to Buffalo.
2 days out from Syracuse, the vessel struck a shawl. We like to all been foundering on a chunk of Lackawanna coal.
Oh, the Erie was a-rising, and the gin was a-getting low. And I scarcely think that we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo, till we get to Buffalo.
The captain, he got married. The cook, she went to jail. And I'm the only son of a sailor who's left to tell this tale.
Well, the Erie was a-rising, and the gin was a-getting low. And I scarcely think that we'll get a little drink till we get to Buffalo, till we get to Buffalo.
Some of the musical instruments used during the canal era were the hammered dulcimer, the banjo, a fiddle, a hurdy-gurdy, the jaw harp, a squeeze box, Irish drum, a tin whistle, and a guitar. The harmonica was invented in Europe and did not appear in the United States until the late 1800s.
In addition to boats being pulled by mules, they were occasionally pulled by horses, and more rarely by humans. Mules were stubborn, dangerous, and could become injured and needed to be cleaned and fed. It is said that in the late 1800s, the General Electric Company did research to develop an electric mule.
Speaking of horses, if anyone ever asks, this is a true story. It's a story about a mare and a gelding that used to pull canal boats right up and down, right past this very spot on the canal. But the whole thing was, the mare was blind, and the gelding used to lead her on and off the boat, and he would lead her to food and whatnot. It was very nice. But one day, when the mare was coming down, she tripped and fell into the Erie Canal, possibly right in this very spot, into the water. And while the crewmen just sat on the shore and watched, the gelding ran right down into the water, and he put his head under the mare's head, lifted her head up out of the water, and then led her right out of the canal, in astonishment to all the crewmen just sitting there watching. Now that's a true story.
We're here at the Schoharie Crossing Aqueduct. Believe it or not, this aqueduct was used for the canal boats to cross the Schoharie Creek. You can see the towpath along the top, where Sal the mule would walk. As for the songs, the canalers would sing them and play musical instruments while waiting at the locks and between hauls. This led to an official complaint lodged in 1835 about the canalers singing at night. The new songs and their lyrics would be published in newspapers, and that's how they traveled across New York State.
Our next song is Buffalo Gals, and it is a great example of how the lyrics would interchange from song to song. In this case, they would interchange the word buffalo to whatever town the canalers were passing through at the time. So instead of saying Buffalo Gals, they would say, Canjahari Gals, won't you come out tonight? And so on. So if you know it, please sing along with Cosby and I.
Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon?
As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a pretty little gal I chanced to meet, and we danced by the light of the moon.
Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon?
I danced with a gal gal with a hole in her stocking, and her heel kept a knocking, and her toes kept a rocking. I danced with a gal with a hole in her stocking, and we danced by the light of the moon. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? I danced all night with a bottle in my hand, a bottle in my hand, a bottle in my hand. I danced all night with a bottle in my hand, and we danced by the light of the moon. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Why did the songs fade? It is said because they are of a regional nature. According to folk music historian Alan Lomax, some of the people who were involved in the canal or sang them relocated and brought the history with them. As a result, the songs have been found in the areas of the South, Midwest, and Western United States. This phenomenon shows us an important observation, how culture can move through a nation even with the limited and slow communication of the day. As our farewell song, we would like to sing A Trip on the Erie. We would also like to thank the Arkell Museum for giving us the chance to participate in this presentation on the songs of the Erie Canal. My name is Tom Staudle.
And I'm Cosby Gibson. If you're watching this video on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and share. And if you happen to be in Canajoharie, why not stop by the Arkell Museum? They have wonderful things. And be sure to check out part 1 if you haven't already. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye. Hopefully we hit the right buttons.
I'm sure we did this time.
You yacht on the Hudson, you ride on the lake, but a trip on the Erie, you bet, takes the cake. Where the beefsteak as tough as a fighting boy's neck, and the cook, she's playing tag with the flies on the deck. For it was tramp, 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 and tighten up your lines, and watch the playful horse flies round the mules as they climb. For it was swish, 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 forget it I never shall, when I drove a team of sorrel mules round the Erie Canal. Our cook, she's a daisy and dead stuck on me, has fiery red hair and she's sweet 63. She's sunburned and freckled and friendly, you can bet. She's bright as a headlight on the port and starboard deck. For it was tramp, 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 and tighten up your lines, and watch the playful horse flies round the mules as they climb. For it was swish, 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 forget it I never shall, when I drove a team of sorrel mules round the Erie Canal. So haul in your tow line and take in your slack, tighten up your breeches and straighten up your back. Through the sunshine and storm, down the tow path we'll walk, and we'll giddy up those mules when they kick and they balk. For it was tramp, 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 and tighten up your lines, and watch the playful horse flies round the mules as they climb. For it was swish, 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 forget it I never shall, when I drove a team of sorrel mules round the Erie Canal. When I drove a team of sorrel mules round the Erie Canal. I am all the way from Buffalo upon the good boat Danger. A long, long trip we've had, my boys. I feel just like a stranger. Petty fogs, artful storms, forget them I never shall. I am every inch a Cellar Boys on the Erie Canal.